Hello, ninth grade Dragon families. My name is Amy Hickson. I'm one of the ninth grade counselors. The other ninth grade counselor is Mrs. Rakes, and she and I will be going into ninth grade homerooms on Monday to present to the students about the new diploma requirements and to let them start to choose their diploma path that they want and start looking at some classes for next year, things like that. It's a lot of information. If you were with us last year, then you may have seen me come and present to the eighth graders in the spring about moving into ninth grade and some of these things, but now is that time for us to dive in a little bit deeper. So all students in Indiana can earn a diploma. There's different types, especially with this new diploma model. They can really kind of specialize whether they're heading to college, heading to work, or heading to the military. So that is one of the good things about the new diploma. High school counseling vocab. So these are some terminology that you're going to hear us using as we talk through these requirements. The students need to get to know these words. They're things that they're going to have to know because they are all requirements for graduation. So just some terms, just to make sure you can understand all of the things that I'm referring to, and I will talk about them multiple times. But so credits, this is what the first part of the diploma, the students have to earn their 42 credits. They earn a credit every time they pass a class. If they fail a class and do not earn the credit, they have to retake it until they pass. So that's one difference between middle school and high school. Grades and credits really matter because they have to retake those in summer school or credit recovery until they have all their credits. So they need 42 to graduate. You will hear us talking about CTE pathway. This is a phrase we use all the time. This stands for Career and Technical Education, and it refers to the 6 career pathway classes that your students will be taking. They are already in one, most likely. Almost all students are already in one. So if they're in a business class, hospitality, criminal justice, engineering, biomedical science, those classes are the career classes, and that is their CTE pathway when we're referring to that. Employability skills, or Tier 2, as we call it here, this is another one of the graduation requirements. Students have to do work-based, project-based, or service-based learning, so we will talk quite a bit more about that. Post-secondary readiness, so post-secondary being after high school readiness, so kind of the readiness to enter the workforce or whatever their plans are after high school. And we call this Tier 3. And this is met with their CTE pathway or a certification. So we just talked about CTE pathway. That's kind of where that plays in. Certification or credentials. So another way they can meet that Tier 3 post-secondary readiness is if they earn a certification while they're here with us. We have certified medical assistants, we have certified jail officer, and we have a cybersecurity certification students can earn. Honors Seal and Honors Seal Plus. This is part of the new diploma. So students can earn a base diploma and then they can choose to specialize with an Honor Seal or even an Honor Seal Plus, which is a next level of rigor. So we will talk more about those things. Dual credit. So this is a class where students earn both high school and college credit at the same time. We have a really great dual credit program here. We partner really closely with Ivy Tech. We also have some options for kids to take classes with Ball State online. But we have so many classes that our teachers teach here during the school day that the students can take in class with our teachers with no extra cost to them and earn college credit at the same time. So we will talk more about that. And then the Indiana College Core or an associate's degree. This is a specific set of dual credit courses that when they take so many, they will earn this credential. The Indiana College Core is kind of 30 credit hours of their core classes that they're going to need no matter what when they go to college, some of their English and math, those things, or a full general studies associate's degree. Both of those things are something we can offer here with our dual credit program. So just some terms to be familiar with. Diploma options. So with the new diploma, students can pick a track that best fits their goals. And I'm going to repeat these several times to try and make sure you understand. I know this is so much information for ninth graders to take in, so I've tried really hard to make it as digestible and understandable as possible for them. So there is a base set of diploma requirements that everyone's going to take. Students can stop there, or they can look at a college-bound, workforce-bound, or military-bound track to kind of enhance their diploma to help meet their goals. So we're going to take a look at the requirements. This is just a one-page thing that I put together that you guys can kind of see and compare, but it shows at the top that base diploma, the 42 credits, and what classes they have to take. That employability skills requirement, that's that Tier 2 I mentioned, the work-based, project-based, service-based. And tier three, the post-secondary readiness, that's going to be for 90% of our students, that is completing their CTE career pathway, those 6 classes in their career area. They can also meet that with dual credit classes, qualifying SAT scores, certifications, some other things. If students choose to add an enrollment seal, employment seal, enlistment seal, there's some additional coursework. It's not more credits, but it's more specific coursework that they have to take and some additional requirements, like a work-based learning an hour requirement. If students earn a seal, they do not have to do the tier two and tier three that are at the top. It meets that requirement for those, although some of the requirements there overlap. But we're going to look at these in detail. So the base diploma, 42 credits, employability skills, post-secondary readiness, so work-based learning and CTE pathway. These are a little bit more of a breakdown of the specific classes the students have to take for that base diploma. So it's English, math, science, social studies, PE and health, electives, and career classes. That's not a lot different than we've seen in the previous diplomas, but they've changed a little bit about which classes are required and which ones have a little bit more flexibility in what they take. This breaks down exactly which courses they need. Tier two, so that work-based learning, students have to either have a job sometime during high school that we can verify, some service-based learning, which is actively participating in school clubs, esports, outside organizations like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, youth group, volunteer work that we can document and verify, things like that count as service-based learning, or project-based learning, which is taking a specific course that has a project-based designation. So it's got some specific requirements in there that have the kids doing it's kind of some project-based work. We offer a few of those. And this does not have to be completed this year. This is just one of the requirements they have to meet by the time they reach graduation. Tier three, this is that CTE pathway. So these are the career courses the students are already probably in. That's how most students meet CTE. Earning a career certification. So some of our pathways have an added certification students can kind of tack on to their pathway. So the kids that are in biomed can add on a certified medical assistant. Some of the students that are in some of the computer programming can do cybersecurity. And then the criminal justice kids can add on a jail officer certification. This is an extra little bit of coursework and an extra certification exam that they will have to take and pass. They could take 2 to 3 dual credit courses, earn qualifying scores on the SAT in 11th grade. All students now take the SAT. It's the new I-STEP. So it's the new state test for all 11th grade students. So they will all take it in 11th grade in the spring. Or students who are headed to the military can use a qualifying ASVAB score, but that only counts for students who are intending to enlist. These are our CTE pathways that we have available. We have a really great selection for our students. Not all schools in the state all offer all the pathways. There's a giant list of pathways, but it kind of depends on the teachers that you have available. And at virtual, we have a specific set of pathways that we're allowed to offer, and we offer almost all of the ones that we are allowed to offer. So ag, biomed, with or without that extra medical certification, business, criminal justice, with or without the jail officer, computer science, they can add on cybersecurity, digital and graphic design, engineering, teaching, finance, hospitality, human services, marketing, nutrition, and software development. So we understand that not every student's career goal is going to be offered in one of these pathways. However, the state has put it in as one of the graduation requirements. So these are the ones that are available. So we kind of tell students to pick the one that is the closest fit or has the most transferable skills. So for most students who have no idea, business is going to be a great one because it's just some basic business and work skills are going to be really useful no matter what job you're in. Or hospitality, because that's the same. That's going to be a lot of service people skills. So those are two that are really common for students who just aren't quite sure which pathway they want to choose. That is not what I wanted to go to. Why is it taking me to that screen? Sorry, technical difficulties here. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay, I was like, my clicker is not clicking to the right screen. So the next level are that was the base diploma. The next are these honor seals. So this is like if students are wanting an honors diploma. So this focuses on what they're referring to now as the three E's, which is the goals after high school: enrollment in college or some kind of program after high school, employment if you're heading right to the workforce, or enlistment if you're going into the military. And you can see on here, it's still the 42 credits, but it's a little bit more specific. So for those enrollment seal, those are the kids who are college bound. It puts specific courses in there that are going to prepare them for college level work and make sure that they meet basic admission requirements. So the enrollment seal kids have to do some world language. They have to do a little bit more math. They have to take some dual credit classes. And then the Honors Plus, if they want to take enough dual credit to earn that Indiana College Core or that associate's degree that I mentioned earlier, that's how they meet that Honors Plus. For the employment kids, they have to do CTE pathway and certifications, extra work-based learning hours. If they want that Honors Plus, they also have the opportunity to earn a associate's degree at Indiana College Core and do 650 hours of work-based learning. So it's a lot of work hours. And then the students who are headed to the military, there's a specific course they have to take. There's some score qualifications for the ASVAB and some mentorship and public service opportunities to get them prepared for service. Okay, so we're going to have the students choose their diploma paths. I'm going to give them a survey, and I'll show you how it's going to walk them through and make it a little bit easier so it's not just a big list for them to choose from. But everyone's going to get this survey. This is how they're going to communicate to us what their plans are. Step one, remember the base diploma requirements. Everybody's going to take those no matter what. So those 42 credits, English, math, science, social studies, PE and health, electives, and career classes. For the kids doing the base diploma, they also have to have that employability skills tier two, so the work-based, project-based, service-based learning, and the tier three, which is most likely their CTE pathway. So students can stop there. That is an Indiana diploma. Students can graduate with that. But the way the new diploma is set up, it really does let students specialize into what their interests are and their goals are after high school. So we're really encouraging students to choose a specialty and go for that next level diploma. So two important things to note. The base diploma requirements do not meet most college admission requirements. So students cannot do a base diploma and then apply to Purdue University because they will not have taken the coursework that's required to even apply to Purdue or most four-year colleges. Ivy Tech's the exception. They would be okay to go to Ivy Tech. And the other note is students cannot graduate early unless they earn a seal. And this is a rule that came down from the state. It's not a school rule. So any student who wants to graduate a semester or a year early has to do one of those honor seals. So step two, do you want to take that next step and customize your diploma? Are you college bound, workforce bound, military bound? If you are wanting to earn one of those higher level diplomas, do you want to consider the Indiana College Core or the General Studies Associate's degree? This is just a roadmap I put together. It breaks down kind of what your plan would look like with your dual credit classes in high school. So each grade, we don't have ninth graders taking much dual credit. In the spring, if students want to start dual credit, there's a class called Ivy Tech Career Exploration that we can have them take in the spring. But generally, they don't start those until 10th grade. So some of this is additional coursework, but most of this, it just replaces their regular classes. So if you look at the top one, that Indiana College Core in the blue 11th grade, it shows English 111, English 215. They'll take that instead of English 11 that they would take here at school. And these are taught here, most of these by our teachers. So it says over on the side if it's online or in-house. In-house means it's our teachers and no extra cost to you. So this kind of breaks it down. You can see the general studies list. That's a pretty rigorous goal for students. Some students who want to graduate early, I cannot promise that we can fit all of that in and take off a full year of high school. So that's something to consider when you are making your choices as well. Okay, so this is how I'm going to help try to make this a little bit more easier for the students to make a decision. So I'm going to tell them, ask yourself today, as of today, knowing that down the road your plans could change. As of today, how would you fill in this sentence? I know I want to attend a four-year school like Purdue, ISU, or Butler. If that's the case, When they're in the survey, it's going to kick them to the choices that fit best with those. So depending on how they answer that question, like I have a job, I don't have a job, I want to join the military, it's going to walk them through the best diploma options and all the diploma options for them for that goal. And we know that students don't all know, and we know that plans change. There is some room for change in these diploma plans. Some of the things like we have to get the world language credits in. So we couldn't say wait till senior year and then decide, oh, I want to add a seal because they won't have had time to take some of those required classes. So they can choose now, probably within next year or so, they would have an opportunity to fully switch paths. But really, we do need to kind of to lock in some of those considerations today. Class to class things, they can definitely always change, like electives and things like that in the future. But this is a screenshot of the survey. It shows choose the best option for your future goals as of today. So if they click that first one, it's going to take them to a screen that says, okay, you're going to college. You need an enrollment seal. Otherwise, you won't meet the base requirements for college admission. So I'm trying to make that as easy as possible for them, knowing fully that this is a lot. So this is just some of the scenarios that I kind of put on here to walk them through. So telling them if you know you want to go to four-year college, you're going to want to choose the enrollment seal or the seal plus. If you are college bound and you really want to earn that Indiana College Core, you're going to want that enrollment seal plus. If you know you want to go into the military, you're going to want to choose this or this. So trying to help, again, just help walk them through making the best choice for them at this time. Okay, so the biggest takeaways for students, grades matter. Pass classes the first time you take them because credits count in high school. So if you fail a class that's required, and most of the classes are required, you're going to have to retake it. Either sit through it again fully in class, take summer school, or do it in a credit recovery program. So credits matter. They need 42. You're going to complete a form to choose your diploma track based on your current goals. And there's some other choices in there. So they have some options in their math and their science. I'm going to ask them to pick those as they fill out the form. So they can choose the base diploma, enrollment, employment, or enlistment seals, or honors plus. Once that's done, Ms. Rakes and I will start creating students' four-year graduation plan based on the answers in the survey. If students do not fill out the survey, as we kind of famously find happens with ninth graders, we're going to assign them the base diploma and pick their courses for them. But we don't want to do that. We want kids to have a say and save the trouble down the line of being like, hey, you gave me this and I don't want this. Let's change schedules and things. So we really want students to have some say, to be invested. This is their plan, their goals, and the best option is for them to fill that out. So we're going to ask them to do that. When they complete the form, we will create the grad plan. When that is done, we will let you and your student know. They'll be able to review it in a new program we have called Naviance, which we're just kind of getting up and running, where you can access that plan at any time. And then can always request changes through myself or through Ms. Rakes. So that is the bulk of the information. This is the same presentation I'm going to show to the students. I'm going to give them the link to the survey. I'm going to put in my counselor classroom. So if your students in Canvas, they will see Mrs. Hickson's counselor classroom, ninth grade counselor classroom. I have tons of resources in there for them, including all the graduation requirements. I'm going to link this recording. I'm going to link the survey, some other forms that we're going to have for you, like students who want to graduate early. There's a form they have to fill out for that. So we'll get all those down the road. But first and foremost, we want you to have this information so you can help your students if you're wanting some input in them choosing their diplomas, and support you guys the best we can. And Mrs. Rakes and I are going to have some open office hours in the next few weeks that students can pop in during the day if they need us to help walk them through this presentation. So I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot of words. I know it's a lot of feeling like big choices in ninth grade, but it's really okay. They just need to make their best choice for now, and then we will help them as we go through, plan and change accordingly and make sure that they're in the things that they need. So if you have questions, you guys can reach out anytime. Have a great day. Thank you.